Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery. Over here is Dawn at the computer.
Hello.
Hello. And I want to say good morning, OML. I've wanted to do that for like a year, so
You feel better now?
I feel better now.
That's all that's important.
It's the Robin Williams in me. I just released it. So today we are going to be working on the Hawaiian quilt. There are so many designs on it. It was really hard for me to pick, but I settled on one, and I'm going to do things a little differently. No, don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. So I'm going to do it in the 5x5 hoop, and I'm going to be making, it's almost like a mini quilt. And then for the other blocks, I'm going to make them in the big hoop. And then these will be almost like a sashing in it. And I think it's going to look really cute. So the colors for today, green, just kind of like a limey kind of green. And here's the thread. And you ready for the flowers? Da-na-na-na. It's going to be groovy. I thought this would be perfect for flowers. This one, it's from Sweet Pea, obviously, and it's called Candy Apple. And it's bright colors, hot pink. There's a little bit of orange in there, purple. So depending on where you trim it off, it's so beautiful, so soft. See, there's orange. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. We were talking to Mom this morning. Hi, Mom. I think it'll be gorgeous, and this fat quarter will be enough to do the majority of my mini quilts. So that's what I've got going. Oh wait, what's this, you ask?
What is that?
What is it? What is it?
It looks Halloween-y.
This is what I've been working on. This is a zipper purse. Look at this guy, fully lined on the inside, and fabric from Judy Quilt. Thank you, Judy Quilt. It's all very perfect. So this will be coming up, but if you guys like shaped in the hoop, one hooping for this purses, this is where we are gonna start having fun. So he just wanted to be on the desk, Mr. Scully, and so here he is. See, you can make him talk. Hello. Hello. All right, let's get started. Enough.
More caffeine.
I do. I'm really tired. It's been a stressful couple of days. Oh, that's nice. That is. That's my old man Odie yakking. Could you not, please, sweetheart?
Thanks, Odie.
It was probably loud too because it's so
Well, the mic
close.
picks them up good then.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, on that note, let's switch over to the Luminaire 2, also lovingly known as Captain Jack. He's going to do it again. Lynn is probably peeing her pants laughing. Anyways, sorry. Debbie Mitchell's back. We missed you, Debbie Mitchell. We were looking for you. We missed seeing you in the chat and, of course, in the group. So, welcome back. Okay, so now that we're done that, sorry about the Odie. We are going to do the placement line for the batting. I'm working in a 5x7 hoop. So, this is the smallest that this design will go. This pink that I have going on is going to match the flowers. So it's a nice, like, dark, hot pink. So, bobbin! Oh, my bobbin people are up.
You need to trim your bottom left corner there a little bit more.
This?
Yeah. It was just kind of in the way of it.
Okay. Yes, I trimmed down my stabilizer, and this is why, because if you can't see the eyeballs, you can't see. So don't trim it down. I do for the camera. So this is the smallest size, so I'm going to do the smallest size and the biggest size. So Warm and Natural from Debbie Mitchell. That's why I was looking for you, Debbie, because I thank you all the time. And I was like, hey, where is she? Usually we hear from her, but anyways, it still makes me happy. So awesome. I like the warm and natural. And this is no show mesh cutaway, so just light. It's the same one I use all the time for making quilt blocks. So this is 1/4. You have to do 4 of them to make a square. Although there are lots of combinations that you can do. Donna! Ooh, thank you, Donna Judd. Awesome. So I think this is going to look really, really good. So we're going to trim this out because we do not want... We're going to go back to the dust, Don. We do not want this batting in the seam allowance. What?
Sorry.
We're
The title popped up on me that we shouldn't have popped.
Oh, just ignore him. He'll go away.
I don't go away.
We do not want the batting in the seam allowance. If you guys remember the Meep placemat, I guess it was, that I made, and some of them I left the batting in the seam allowance and some I didn't, and you can see a big difference. So it is really important to get it out of the seam allowance. It just makes your final project that much better.
Judy is asking if you buy your batting pre-cut.
I kind of. Debbie Mitchell sends it to me when she could, and she does like the 10-inch squares for me, and the 5x7 because that's what I use mostly. So I just go into a drawer and grab it for one of these.
When we don't buy it, it's not pre-cut.
No, and we do buy it. And I actually have an AccuQuilt, and I do cut some of it myself with the AccuQuilt. You can do 2 or 3 layers. All right, let's go back to the machine, Dawn. So I've put my background fabric, and you guys have seen this fabric before. It's kind of like batik fabric. It's the same on both sides. It's kind of thick. And it's lovely, and it just happens to be white, and I have a ton of it. So, of course, I'm happy with that. So, let's stitch it down. Nice and flat. Don't put your fingers in there. This is what Pokemon's for, people. There we go. Look at how beautiful that pink looks. Awesome. It's such a cute little square. I love it. So I'm excited to do this square or another one on the big hoop and see how that's gonna look. The applique will be huge. So it will be like a 20 by 20 square when we're done, which is pretty cool. So the next step is the echo stitching, and normally you would do it in white so you just see the quilt stitches, but I'm going to leave it in this hot pink just to see how it looks. I think it's going to add a little effect to it. So, Marcia Gentry, thank you very much. #1 fan, all right. Oh, it might be a little brighter than I thought it would be because it's a back stitch. Should have checked that out. But that's okay. I think it'll add to it. I think it'll look nice on the way around. So, yes, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Betty Turner. Who else? If there's any... That sweet pea fabric is dreamy. I know. I had a hard time deciding which of the sweet pea fabric to do. I try to save it for special occasions. And the Hawaiian design, I think, should be special. So I'm using it. So I'm going to reserve judgment on the dark pink Echo quilting stitches, but never can tell till you're done. I think having these connect is gonna look really good, and for these small ones and hopefully for the big ones too, I will do a video on how to sew them together. So that's my personal challenge right there, is to get those to line up. Not sure if they will, but yeah. Carol says, I love starting my Saturday mornings with the gang. Yes, the gang, the embroidery gang. Awesome. So I thought this would be fun to do this when Beatrice is a big Hawaii 5-0 fan, and I saw they had a yellow and white quilt on the back of the couch, and apparently it's always there. And I said, you know, Beatrice, we have patterns for it. And she's like, no way. So it's awesome. Woohoo! Coffee tea with embroidery friends. Thank you, Karina. Thank you. Always appreciate it, you guys. We're keeping stuff rocking. We're moving up to cool purses and bags. It's been a blast working on them. So much fun. So yeah, this is okay. I'm reserving judgment until I get 4 of them together. So. What? Thanks, Karina. What are we chatting about? I wish there weren't quite so many trims here. There could have been connections. Not that I'm complaining about anyone's digitizing, but just as a point, it could have been more fluid. I always pay attention to that, so it could have been done better. Just saying. I do, however, like the pink that I picked. I think it is going to be awesome. So the big one will be really cool. So, oh, there's a little more. Oh, this is the center of it. So there's a little more stitches. I should have looked when I transferred it over to my Luminaire. Luminaire 2. I should have looked to see what stitches they were. But that's okay. I think I might like it. Jill Scarsburg, thank you very much. Nice to see you here, Jill, for sure. And one little more. See, again, this could all have been done all in one. Scully says so, too.
Hey, Scully.
Mr. Skull. All right, so the next is Bjorn's right here, man. Bjorn reminded me to change my bobbin this morning, so thanks, Bjorn, for sure. Thank you. Thread change. This is the hot pink, by the way, that I picked, and it is PF129. That's the color. It's quite spectacular. Nice. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. And the green. This green, I wanted something lime-ish, but not too bad. It's PF244. So, I'm just going to put that on because I am stretching there. Ooh, I don't want... Oh, I hit the camera. You moved it!
I had to. You had it all wonky.
Well, I had to move it to do the videos. Yes, it's it, Dawn. The camera's in my way.
Okay, fast.
I know, and I thought it would be fine, but it isn't. So, Isabel, thank you. Towards some bag notions. I know, I'm so excited. Karina, you just go sit down. Karina's like, bump. Yeah, you go sit down. Dawn moved it. It's Dawn's fault. Dawn moved it. So these are the placements for the green. And so we're going to be able to place, it's pretty small. Some of these could have been stitched maybe at this size, but I guess having the fabric makes all the difference. But we're going to be able to place everything all at once. Isabel! Yeah, I love that towards bag making. I'm so excited. It took me a little while to get the hang of doing the bags that are fully lined and perfect zippers, so I will have a few tips and tricks for you guys once we start doing some videos on them. I'm going to be releasing them, and then we'll do videos depending on which one is more popular, sort of thing. But I do have some, you know, kind of different ways of doing it. Zipper placement was always my nemesis. And I really hated when you finished a beautiful bag and it's like the zipper doesn't work, or the zipper has a bubble in it, or the zipper is crooked. So I've got a little method saved up in my brain that eliminates all of that. So it really works well, and I'm happy with it, and the lining looks perfect too. And I've come up with a couple of ways to lessen the confusion of making a bag. And by that I mean, does this go on the top or the bottom? Because that's the question, and I've done it wrong a few times. And now I have it straight in my head, and I'll share that with you guys. It's just, they're not that complicated, but they are in a way as well. So far my favorite is Scully. I really like Scully. That is his name for sure. Janet Nelson, thank you. That's awesome. Love Saturday and my OML friends. I know, I wake up on Saturdays and go, yes, yes, this is my favorite time. I said it, but I'll say it again. I will be doing videos on how to sew these together. I don't know if it's going to be during a live. I think we have a block of the month to do soon. Maybe soon. I kind of got onto the bag making and having fun stuff. Uh-oh.
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 Oh, what?
Oh!
Oh, epic fail.
That's an epic fail.
You have to fix that one.
Yeah, there's no getting out of that one, is there? So, okay, here's what you do if you play fabric chicken, applique chicken, and completely and utterly mess it up. We're just gonna cut a piece off, and I'm gonna put it down over it, and we're gonna go back a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit of a rewind, and I just gotta laugh at myself. I can't believe I did that. I'm a little off today, if you haven't noticed. I have a pretty darn good excuse, but you know. Me?
No, sorry. Talking to the computer.
You stop it. I have to rewind.
Rewind.
So I'm just doing the plus and minus till I get back to where I want, which is right there. And I don't know what you're talking about, Dawn. Nothing happened.
No?
No.
Nothing at all?
Oh no, so close. Keeping it real, Sarah says. Sue, keeping it real. Yeah, look at that. It's perfect. What are you on about? That's how you fix it, though. All right, Dawn, back to the desk. And that's how you fix it. If you don't notice it until, like, way later, then you're not going to be able to fix it. Now, I'd like to point out, when you have appliques on the edge like this, make sure that you leave some seam allowance, because if you're off a little bit on sewing it together, it kind of covers your butt and it makes it much less noticeable. So these ones are all like this, so you're gonna need to make sure you leave just some kind of a seam allowance. It's kind of like, you know, get out of jail free card sort of thing. These are itty bitty teeny weeny little appliques. I can't wait to see the big one, the big hoop. I'm gonna have to pull some yardage for that though. Still gonna use the white background, but I'll do probably different blocks. I think Beatrice really wants yellow, and she is going away to university in another month. So kind of, she can take her Hawaii 5-0 with her, maybe. But there's, in this pack, you get so many sizes. So from 10 by, or I guess it's 11 by 16 to this size. That's pretty good in all those blocks, and they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. It's cool. So we're going to do next the satin stitches. So this one's on the edge, so remember just to leave a little bit of the fabric in the seam allowance so we can match everything better. So we're just about there. I don't need to leave this much.
Brenda says, Lynn, when are you coming back? Sue needs a professional trimmer.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to... I'm off today. We're lucky I'm not sewing my face. Back to the machine, which is a silly saying that Dawn and I have.
Don't stitch your face.
Don't stitch your face. So, we are doing the satin stitches, Lynn's favorite stitches. See, that camera's too low. It's kind of a weird view. Dawn did it. Dawn did it. Oh, the green is perfect. So that's the perfect amount of seam allowance. And, oh, see, they made a nice connection there. That was awesome. Love it. Love it. Yeah, the colors are turning up well, too. Hawaiian Quilt 2 from Anita Goodesign. This is just one that I wanted to work on for Beatrice. And what I'm doing is, this is the 5x7, and I'm going to make 4 of them, and then maybe another size up, and just put it beside the big one. So I think that would look cool with different sizes, and probably a different pattern for each, so I can bring in some brighter colors. Can you picture it, Dawn? So the big one, because one square is in the big hoop, and you have to do 4 of them. So it's going to be huge. I'm very excited about anything in that hoop. And then the smaller ones beside it. I think it would look neat, yeah. What are we talking about? Dawn put the bump camera up today. Yeah, it's completely in my way. I can't get around it. I told you I'm a little off today, and I didn't really, check it out of how I could use it, so it's still Dawn's fault. I'm just saying, it's still Dawn's fault. So I really like my green. I'm really happy with the fabric and the thread. I like how it turned out. I'm still on the fence about the Echo quilting stitches, but you know what? On the smallest one, that's when you can test out your fabrics. So if I don't like it, then it's easy to do another one. If you test something out on the big hoop, that's a whole different story. I could have done a better job of trimming. Who said that? I'm lucky I didn't cut the whole quilt square in half, so it's been a rough time. It's blurry today. What's blurry? Blurry? Judy Quilt, catch this later. Are you leaving us, Judy Quilt? And the thread looks black? Alright, well, it kind of does. I'll agree. It's actually super bright hot pink. So, yeah, Dawn, it is blurry.
Yeah, close up does that sometimes.
It's a different camera, right?
Yeah, it's a different camera. Close ups like that doesn't.
Can you do the colors? It's a bit washed out.
I'll see if it'll make a difference. I don't think it does.
Okay, so that was fast. The green is done. And so I'm going to do a thread change without bumping the camera, Karina. I might bump the camera. I need to put it back where I had it. So we're going to bring back in the hot pink, not black, hot pink. Although it would be kind of cool to do black and white, wouldn't it? I don't know. It's all about the bright colors for the Hawaiian quilt. What about monochrome? like shades of gray. That might be kind of cool. I know it's all about the bright colors, but that might be kind of cool.
I think the color offness is because you're using a white, bright background.
Oh, and it's compensating, is it?
Because it didn't do it.
Alright, well, I can use a white background. Alright, so now we are doing the flowers. I think this is my favorite design of them all. I don't know, I like the pineapple one too. They're kind of awesome. There we go. So I really like this block in and of itself. I can't wait to see the sweet pea fabrics. I'm gonna cut myself off a little piece of it that'll fit, so I don't want to play thread chicken with sweet pea fabric. That's for darn sure. And you could do the flowers separately if you wanted. I would like it to go down in one piece, and then the swirls will be swirled through it. Isn't that cute? Let's see if I can do that though. I don't know. But I do get the hot pink thread. Yes. Yes. The little green man called Mulder and Scully. I could do maybe a gnome and call him Mulder. A gnome-shaped bag. I could do that. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. So we're going to put our fabric down.
Shoo, that's bright.
And I'm going to pull it down to me so I don't mess it up.
No fabric chicken?
I didn't intend on playing fabric chicken, so I'm going to have to give that a hard no. So it's purpley, it's pink. I hopefully got a little bit of this orange in, but you can fussy place everything. Oh, isn't that going to be pretty? What do you think, Dawn? Eee! I love it. Swirly flowers. I'm going to have to use this for the big one. I don't know if I have enough fabric. I'm going to have to figure it out. For the swirls, for the big one, for 4 of them. How am I going to cut in between there? How am I going to cut in between there?
Very carefully.
I'm going to have to use different scissors. Oh well, I always love a challenge, right? I don't think it's a problem with the bigger one. There'll be plenty of room. But this one might be kind of tough. Because it's smaller. I did get orange in there, so I'm happy. This flower is stunning. Beetlejuice, go lie down. We're not done yet. Beetlejuice. And this one will have some white in it. Yeah, this is awesome fabric. I believe the style of it is called oil slick fabric. And I really like it.
Shirley says should have used your scan and cut.
I'm going to start doing that. I have my office almost rearranged, and I am going to start doing that and doing like prepare videos, prep videos. And I'm thinking about airing them before a sew along, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I have my scan and cut a little more accessible now. Dawn, can we go back to the desk? Hooah! Seam ripper gently. Yep, those are all good ideas. And yeah, all right, let's have a go. The sweet, oh wait, no, that's a middle one. It's this one and this one. I have to leave something. Yeah, this might be a little fiddly at this size. I think at the larger size, it's going to be a whole lot easier. I cannot get my duck bills around, so I'm going to pick my sharp ones and try to be very careful. These ones are pointy, so you have to be careful with that, but I should be able to get right up into the corners Yeah, that worked. And I'm just making little tiny cuts because I don't want to poke anything or cut anything. It's a little difficult. It's a challenge though. On my off day, I will take it as a challenge. Look how beautiful that is. So the scan and cut, let's talk about a scan and cut. I have the top version of it and it will read PES files. I do have a couple videos on it to show why that's important. Now you don't have to have a cutter. It's just something that brother puts out and it's kind of cool and you can do a lot of things with it, so it's kind of fun. I personally, one of my favorite things is drawing my embroidery designs. I also have a couple videos on that too. This is going to take a few minutes, so I'm going to apologize in advance, but if I rush, I'm going to make a big mess. I'm trying to make sure I'm not cutting the white, because that wouldn't be good. Always take your time trimming, right? And see how well I can do it. It is a little difficult.
It's a little fiddly.
It is a little fiddly. I would think the bigger sizes are going to be a whole lot easier. Now I want to make sure I leave that because that's the seam allowance that we want to leave. However, if you cut it off, it is not the end of the world. My long nails will come in handy. What are people chatting about, Dawn? The scan and cut?
Alicia says I use my spring snips like Misha does.
Yeah, I have some, but they're dull.
Brother just came out with 2 new scan and cuts plus a rotary blade that fits the older machines.
Yes, I will be getting the rotary blade and I do have the fabric mat. Now, I updated, that's another point. I updated my luminaire the other day. There is an update, so if you have a luminaire too, get it updated. And one of the things is that you can connect your luminaire directly to the scan and cut. So you can send designs from the luminaire right to the scan and cut and get cutting, or the other way around too, which is kind of cool.
Is that with the new one or the one you have?
Unknown, as far as I know. Like, you have to get a certification thing, which probably means you have to pay for it. And it says that it's compatible with, you know, certain models of it, none of which are mine. So if they're not going to make it like even a little bit backwards compatible, then it's not, I won't be able to get one of the new ones. It's a little expensive. They cost, the DX, I've got a 225 Innovis edition of the scan and cut, and here in Canada it is about $800 plus 13% tax.
Ouch.
So yeah, and I don't use it enough to warrant a new one, so yeah, we probably won't be exploring that.
Well,
but
brother should send you one.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get right on it, Dawn, for sure.
I said they should.
I know.
They will.
I know they should. Wow, yeah, that is a little small.
You can do it.
I can? I don't know if I can.
have faith in you.
They said I was a bad trimmer today. What was that?
Beagle.
Oh, he really wants out. Sorry,
Beagle.
it was a noise that scared me. Beetlejuice, you're fine, sweetie. Would you go lay down? Or go nag Dawn? Alright, that one is really hard to do. That's really difficult. Are you whispering to the dog, Dawn?
Maybe.
Don's
I
whispering.
can't sneak over and let him out. I'm blocked in, so.
Oh, yeah, I have that table there. Okay, so that one little part is, there's two little parts. And I think these ones worked fine for the bigger hoops, and this is a little bit difficult. Oh, so I'm going to take my Pokemon here, and not that end, this end. And let's try the suggestion that we had. I could have done better on those. And just see if I can get one of the pieces up.
Carefully seam rip it.
Yep. I'm just worried about... that worked! Hey, good solution. You just have to be really careful. What I'm worried about is that I'm going to go through more than one fabric and a whole ton of stitches. So I'm slightly hesitant about it.
Very, very careful.
Probably the satin stitches are going to cover it all anyways. But
Looks like you're performing surgery.
I am, with my Pokemon thing. So then I'm going to take my scissors and just make two little snips. Hey, learn something new every day. If you have small appliques like that, your seam ripper, as long as you use it very carefully, is going to do the trick.
Allison says you do such an awesome job picking fabrics.
Thank you. I saw the sweet pea and I thought to myself, yep, that's gonna make it. Sorry I'm taking so long to trim it out, but look, I did it. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was.
And Shirley says that feature is only for the new scan and cut machines.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I'm still kind of hoping that people complain, and because the machines are so expensive, both the machines, that I'm kind of thinking they should make it almost backwards compatible, kind of. But that's just my opinion. They might not, but when I saw it on my machine, because I check everything after look at these. How gorgeous is that? All right, back to the machine. When I checked everything and I saw that, I'm like, great idea, that's fantastic. And then I couldn't find any more information about it, and I'm like, oh, come on. So, seriously, these are the most gorgeous flowers ever. Where did you get the small scissors? They are just from any quilt shop.
I think we got
Store.
Fabric,
yeah.
All stitch and all the places to carry them.
They're in the shape of a stork, and I believe they're called stork scissors. So they should be all over the place, and they are really, really sharp. I keep them on the top of my machine. Yeah, so I keep them at the top of my machine so I know exactly where they are. Oh, sorry, Judy Quilt. She's not here. Woo! Okay. Woo! I didn't see the little biddly bits bopping around for sure. They are handy. I keep them on top of my machine because they're small and sharp, like I said, and I want to make sure I can find them. So that's where they stay, and I just grab them and use them, and it worked. So that was a lot of work for this one. I had to use my Pokemon seam ripper. I had to use my pointy scissors, my stork scissors, and regular scissors to get that done, but that's okay. So I'll check with my quilt shop. I usually use snips, but those look like they may work a little bit better. It's really nice to have the right tool for the right job. Snips are fantastic. They're small, and there's a couple different kinds. I saw Tula Pink had a really nice pair of snips that I'm yearning for, but that too shall wait. It's handy, and I would also, if I had the Tula Pink ones, or good ones anyways, I would leave them on top of my machine as well. It just works.
I hear you talk about somebody had Pokemon.
No, I got it from Missouri Star. So, can we see here? Is this good? So, it's, what does it say on it? 4-in-1 essential sewing tool is what it's called. And I just thought it was kind of interesting. So this, you can see it's at an angle. Instead of, finger creasing, you can use this, which is nice. This is perfect, like seriously perfect for purses and poking out the corners. And you take it off, and there is a stiletto. And then, of course, on the other side is your seam ripper. I find it's really handy, and it's big enough. I just literally keep it in front of the luminaire, and it works really well, and I use it all the time. So a 4-in-1 essential tool, I think, is what you would look for it. Yeah. I don't think if you search Pokey Thing on Missouri Star that you would find it. I know, but things aren't always the way you want them, Dawn. So, I think my flowers are stunning. I really like them. So, we have plain in the back, so solid color, light color, and that brings out the bright colors. And the leaves are, the green is basically plain. It's not a busy fabric, but the flowers are. So that's how I make it stand out, and that's why it works. If you had busy fabric at the back, busy green fabric, and then this fabric, it would be a little overwhelming. So right now, when you look at this quilt square, your eye is focused or drawn to the flowers, and you could probably sit and look at them. It's just beautiful.
Perfect fabric for it.
It is. It might be a little difficult matching these, but I also think it's okay if they're hybrid flowers and they have two different colors. That's the only downfall for it. So perhaps to make it easier, here's the thing. So use the Sweet Pea fabric for the full flowers, and just use a solid color from these two outside ones. Still do all the satin stitches the same color, but just do solids. And then I think that would be really cool when you put 4 of them together. Because yes, it's going to be absolutely impossible to match this up. So that's a solution. If it doesn't bother you that the flowers will have, one color on one side, one color on the other, then by all means do it. It's all gone.
She's back already.
Oh no. Come on, man. Now everyone's going to yell at me for getting so close to it. I'm not going to risk my life just for Judy Quilt. Yes, I am, Judy. You're worth it. Don't worry. Don't worry. So I think that's the solution for it. Just a quick change in fabric. Look how many colors you could pick. Anything would look great. So this burgundy, this dark purple, the pale pink would still look great. You know what? Even the orange. If you had a nice bright orange with the hot pink on the outside, yeah, I think that would look fantastic. So many options for it. And I think now that I have the flowers on it, that I kind of do like the quilting stitches done brightly. I kind of like it. I'm gonna have to sit and look at it I think it adds to it. It doesn't take away from it, so I'll probably leave it. You could match them up using the scan and cut, and you can place the flowers in specific parts with the scan feature. Yeah, I started saying that. Scan and cut is the thing for fussy cutting. And so, yes, absolutely, you could do half a flower, and match it up together very carefully, of course, but there'd be a little more to it. Just a single stitch? Oh, I thought it would be a little more. Yeah, there's many ways that you can do it. I think probably the easiest way is just to put solid colors, and that's probably what I'm going to do. So that's fine. That's supposed to be an applique, I guess.
Shirley's talking about an upgrade feature for the Luminaire that she can't get on hers, but it allows you to make an applique from an embroidery pattern on your machine.
And yeah, you can do that. That's next week's video.
Oh, you can do that with the two?
Yeah.
Not on the one?
I don't know about the one.
I'm not sure which version she was talking about.
I don't have any other fabric for this teeny tiny thing, and I don't want to cut it out, so I'm just going to stitch it. Yeah, it's way too small. It's not even going to show up by the time they put the satin stitches on. But yes, you can take any embroidery design, whether built in or one that you send over for your computer, and turn it into an applique. And I've already recorded it, and it'll be available on Wednesday, as long as YouTube releases it, because they kind of didn't. Everyone's like, hey, it's not available. What? I don't even know what the problem was. I changed everything I could think of, and then it worked. So I'm like, I don't know.
On a lighter note, I love your quilt block. It's very nice and bright.
I find it quite enjoyable, yes. So I think I'll probably just let the flowers here do their thing and just be crazy flowing different colors. So this is applique. I just left it. I don't think there's much point in appliquing. Actually, this one turned out really well because it's a solid color in the middle, and there's no circle middles for the rest of it. So I really like how that turned out. I think I'm just gonna... Oh, happy music. I have it turned down a little bit.
It looks good.
I think it looks good. Let's see how it looks with the overhead.
Oh, beautiful.
You can see it a little bit more. So, I mean, let's just take an example. See, I don't think that would look bad. This would be the other half of the flower.
Not bad, but I think solids would be better.
I think if I was doing it in a bigger size, I think solids would make all the difference. Solids on the edges. But for this small size, I don't think it's going to be as noticeable, because really it's only, an inch.
This still look good.
Overlap. So I think I'm just going to let it go. And I do like these quilting stitches stand out on this size. For the bigger one, I am going to do them in like white or a little off-white or something like a pale yellow even, just so you can see them but not see them. But yes, this oil slick fabric from Sweet Pea is perfect. It's called Candy Apple. And there's a lot of them. I was considering using the green for the leaves, but I thought, no, I want the flowers to stand out. So that's my busy fabric. So I am gonna stitch. That was easy for sure. I am gonna stitch 3 more of these guys and do a video of sewing it together for you guys, and we'll see if we can't match it up really well. Remember to leave your little seam allowance. It makes it easier. I may go through and trim it up a little bit, but Hawaiian quilts I love it. It's beautiful. It's bright. It is absolutely awesome. So get stitching. Enjoy. Scully says he will be with you guys soon. We just have to work up instructions. And whatever the most popular purse is, we will do a video and I'll show you my tips and tricks. That'll just, your brain will go, oh, thank you so much. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys will bring a little bit of Hawaii into your house and enjoy the bright colors and the easy stitching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
That was nice. I love it.